Hey Basement Collective, thank you for watching another video. We are finally back here on YouTube. About a month and a half ago our camera broke. We had to set it in to get repairs, but finally it is fixed. We have been live streaming on Twitch. There'll be a link in the description below for that. So we've been doing some live streaming. Of course, we use a different camera setup for that. Certainly check us out. We do 2 live games a week there. One on Saturday at 1 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, and one on Thursday at 8:39 EST. One's going to be a Games Workshop game, the other might be a Games Workshop game, or something like X-Wing like we had last week. Going forward on YouTube, we will have one short form battle report a week for a Games Workshop game, as well as one other video such as this. For today, it's Friday, and it is a release day. We have 2 new things for you. We have the Triumvirate of the Imperium, the new box set, as well as these new Battle Zone Empyric Storm cards. So very quickly, we're going to unbox this guy. 100 Canadian is the price of this. A great deal, some great rules. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now, what I really like about Games Workshop's new releases, you saw this first with Age of Sigmar, with the bigger guys, the Illyrial and the Maw Crusher. You get a double box. One's kind of like a slipcase, and you get some cool art such as that. So let's open it up. So once again, this is released, I believe they're released Saturday or Friday. I work at a store, so I get a, you know, whatever it is. But if I can't open this box, I always like keeping this box art because it's a really beautiful box art. I kept the stuff from the Sylvaneth as well. I'll open it upside down. So, something you're going to immediately notice that's new is this plasticing. And of course, you get this, what they call a limited edition art print. So that's just a straight up print. You can frame that. A very nice looking art. You have your Mechanic Guy, Celestine, and Grey Fox. You then have, additionally in the box, let's get this out of the frame, you have once again the rule book, or the assembly guide, with the art there. So you have the Triumvirate of the Imperium. So of course you got the fancy new colored display assembly guide. This guy looks like a pain to assemble. Belisarius, I think his name is. And then you have the rules. Now the rules have already been spoiled online, so certainly check that out. They're all really good. Well, I mean, the Belisarius, Call, and Celestine are amazing models. The Grey Fox in her own right is pretty good, but the Celestine and the other ones are amazing. But anyways, you get the rest of the assembly guide, the rules for Celestine, Inquisitor Grey Fox, and then a bit of a little painting guide at the end. Tells you what paints they suggest and so forth, and then the nice photo. So there we are. Now we get into a weird box. Now I'm not sure if they did the box like this so they could fit that art print in there or the book in there, but to be honest, there's not a whole lot of sprues in this box. Going off first, we have, let's move this out of the way and we'll zoom in a bit. So there is one of Celestine's superiors. Take this and give a bit of a background there. There is one of Celestine's superiors. Celestine's superiors are really cool because they have to die before Celestine could die, and then once a turn they actually can come back, which is really awesome. And then we have, I believe, what is part of Celestine right there. You got her wings, and then you got some more superior stuff. You have Belisarius Call right here. The new Mechanicum guy. He has a lot of bits. It does not look that easy to put together. You then have all the little tiny spindly bits for Belisarius Call. Awesome. And then you have Inquisitor Grey Fox herself. I think it's Grey Fox. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, guys. And then, of course, you got your bases and so forth. I want to keep this video kind of short, but that is the unboxing for the new let's try and say this. Triumvirate of the Imperium. Of course, that's going to include all those guys right there. Alright, now what I'm really excited for are these. These are new cards for using as a mission. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit here, guys. There we are. Okay, so these are new kind of like tactical objective cards, but instead at the start of each player turn, they draw a card. So let's open this up and we'll see what happens. Each player turn, not each turn, but each player turn, they draw a card, and it's something that can happen. So I do like the older boxes Games Workshop used. That was kind of the two-part compared to this cheaper cardboard box. But you know what? It's all right. If that's going to be my only complaint. Now there is here we are, right here. Now let's see if we can zoom in and we can read that. So it says, if you are playing a mission that uses the Empyric Storm's mission special rule, or have chosen to use the Battle Zone rules in your game, then the raging warp tides will have an effect on your army and their surroundings. Each player must generate a single Empyric Storms event at the start of each of their turns. Some Empyric Storms events are instantaneous. These are resolved as soon as they are generated. Others events are persistent. If you generate a persistent event, the effect listed for that event applies to both players until the start of your next turn, at which point they cease to have any effect and you will generate a new event. If a persistent event that is already in effect is generated, then a new event should be generated instead. Generate Empyric Storm events by shuffling this deck and drawing the top card. Drawn cards should be left face up so you and your opponent can see what events are currently in play. So this is a 36 card deck. You got some nice backing on it. A bit of a servo skull with some, I don't know, I'm really enjoying what 40K is doing right now. But let's go ahead and zoom out just a bit here and take a look at these cards. So I'm going to shuffle them. I'm not going to go through them all. Well, you know what, we might go through them all, but there's a lot of reading. I'm going to shuffle them and we're going to draw one at random and see what would happen here. I've already took a peek at some, and some of them are pretty crazy. Alright, so the first one would be Demon Tide. So this one was one of the cool ones. Alright, let's zoom in real quickly here. And that says, if the models are available, both players roll off, and whoever wins the roll takes control of one unit of either 10 Bloodletters, 10 Pink Horrors, 10 Plague Bears, 10 Demonettes of Sinesh for the rest of the battle, which they can set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches from any enemy models. This unit cannot include any additional models, but they can otherwise be given any other upgrades or options normally available to them. This unit cannot move in the movement phase in which it arrives, and counts as having moved for any rules purposes. And but can otherwise act normally during the rest of your turn. So that's kind of funny. You can have 2 Imperial armies battling, and boom, demons under control. Alright, let's check out another one. So there's 36 of these. We're not going to go through them all, but we'll take a look. Overwhelming Power. Randomly select a Psyker on the battlefield, double that model's strength, tough, and attacks characteristic. And this is persistent, so this would last till your next turn. Alright. Psychic Boon. Decrease the warp charge cost of all psychic powers by 1 to a minimum of 1. Persistent once again. Okay, I'm going to pick from the middle of this stack right now. Let's take a look at this one. Warp Ebb. The range of all psychic powers is halved. This is Psychic Apotheosis. Randomly select one non-psychic character in your army. That model immediately becomes a psyker and remains one for the rest of the battle. This model can attempt to manifest the Smite power once each of your psychic phases. However, this model suffers parallel warps anytime they fail a psychic test. Awesome. Okay, we'll go for 2 more here. Boom. Warp Regeneration. Every model on the battlefield heals a single wound lost earlier in the battle. Every model on the battlefield does that. Oh wait, and one more. Actually, there's one I wanted to read you. Sorry, 1 second here, guys. And where are we? Here we go. So, all dice rolls of 1 count as 6, and all dice rolls of 6 count as 1. Unreality reigns. We're super excited to try this deck out. In fact, tomorrow's live stream, Saturday at 1 p.m., there'll be a link in the description below. We will be testing that deck out. But thank you guys for watching another Basement Collective video. Like I said, we are finally back. We are going to have a Road to Adepticon series because we are going to Adepticon in a couple months. We will have more battle reports. We're in this for the long haul, guys. Thank you for being a loyal subscriber. Please share this video if you can. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this not on YouTube, be sure to check out there. But be sure to check our Twitch in the link in the description below. We are live streaming a game of 40K tomorrow, including using these powers. Thank you guys for watching another Basement Collective unboxing video, and you can keep on wargaming.